I've been making pottery since I was about 12 years old, and that was about 45 years ago. I'm still interested in it every day. I never get tired of it. It's an art form that just keeps giving and giving. Alright, so I'm going to make 2 teapots. I call them 4-pound teapots because I start with 4 pounds of clay. So out of this 4 pounds of clay, I'm going to knead it, and I'm going to throw it on the wheel, and I'm going to throw a spout, a lid, and a teapot with it, with each of these lumps. Okay? So I'll start to knead the clay. And we're going to begin to center it. So from the top, I'm going to start off making the spout. Now I'm going to cut the spout off the wheel. Now I'm ready to make the lid. It's going to sit into the teapot, so it sort of sits on a low profile. The reason I like these particular teapot lids is because they have a low profile. They kind of sit into the body of the teapot, and so that means that when you're pouring your cup of tea, it's not so likely to be falling off your teapot when you're pouring it over, tipping it over. You don't want your lid to fall off into your teacup when you're pouring your tea. Double check the dimension. Yep, that's just about perfect. Good. Now I'm going to make a line. There we go. I'm going to put this over beside the spout. So now, with the rest of the clay, I'm going to make the body of the teapot. Close. Look at that. Just about perfect. Alright, let's take it off the wheel. I'm going to use my stick down here to make myself a groove. And then I'm ready to cut it. There it is. Lid, spout, teapot body. It's not so easy to do actually. It's like the throwing. It takes time to learn how to trim well. It's very easy to go right through the bottom, and then you would have no bottom on your teapot. This is called a foot ring. It gives a teapot stability. Instead of having just sort of a flat bottom, it's nice to have a foot ring on your pottery sometimes. that's it. This teapot is now trimmed. Let's put the lid on it and see how that looks. Looks good. Good. Next thing we're ready to do is to put the spout on it. We'll do that in just a moment. So here we've got the teapot body. It's been trimmed. It's finished as far as it's gonna go. The lid has been trimmed. The lid fits very nicely. So now we gotta put this handle and this spout on here. So this spout doesn't look very good like this, but we're gonna cut that right now. We're gonna shape this spout a little bit. And I'm going to begin to just begin to cut this on an angle, like this. So there's the spout. It's gonna look like this. Now, the important thing is that the bottom of the spout, this part here, it can't be down here because you wouldn't be able to fill the teapot up. So this spout has to be at least as high as high as the top of the teapot would be when it's full of water. That's very important because I've seen so many teapots that actually, when you fill up the teapot, it means that you're gonna spill your tea all over the place because the teapot spout wasn't high enough. And of course, there's many ways to treat the hole. I can cut the entire hole out if I want to. I could drill small holes with this if I wanted to, or I could use this hole cutter thing I have here, which I like to use now. It's just a little piece of copper pipe, which I like to use because it creates a nice big hole, and I can make a few of these, and it's simple, it works well, it allows the tea to flow through nicely, and yet it'll also kind of stop your tea bag from jamming into your spout. And in the meantime, while this is hardening up slightly, I'm going to put on my handle. The handle right here. So I'm going to cut that back some, right here, and cut that off there. So that handle should fit something like that. And there we have it.